This sequence is seedless vascular plants. So just like we were in the ocean over there, those plants don't have seeds either. They have swimming gametes. Sperm and eggs swim in the water. These things also have swimming gametes, just like the aquatic plants. But they have evolved features that allow them to be on land. Notice how they're so stiff. They can stay up against gravity, unlike our aquatic plants that were on the ground when they weren't in the water. And so they're stiff. That's lignin. They've evolved. That's part of their cells. They have this chemical called lignin that allows for their stiffness. And this vascular system, then, they also have true roots. They'll bring the root water out from the ground and throughout the rest of the body. So they don't have the seed, though. So look where we are. We're in wet areas, right? And typically you'll see the seedless vascular plants in these kind of, you think of ferns, you think of some kind of misty, dark hollow, right? Because they need that water because they still have sperm that swim. And so what happens too as well is that sperm and egg will unite, and then that sporophyte has to germinate immediately, otherwise it'll die. And so that's why these wet conditions need to exist. And later we'll see why the seed is such a novel adaptation to being on land, because the seed is a nice little escape pod, and it can wait until conditions are right. And so these guys then, they do fine. They're just limited to where they can live. And so this right here is a horsetail. It's called a horsetail. Equisetum is the species. And these guys also have another way of reproducing, not just with spores, but they'll also reproduce by setting out runners and then come up from there. So these all might be one plant that are genetically related to each other. Right? And then also, kind of the poster child for this group are the ferns. Right? And the ferns also, they spend most of their life as a, see the water? They spend most of their life as a sporophyte. And here's a nice one. So there you go. Seedless vascular plants. A great example of them here are the horsetails and the ferns.